Hello. Today, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts of the Angry Birds franchise, like my favorite Angry Birds game, my favorite Angry Birds characters, and which ones I think have the best design. To start off, we're going to talk about the Angry Birds games. Now, all four of them, they are the regular Angry Birds, the Angry Birds Seasons, the Angry Birds Rio, and the Angry Birds Space. They are all pretty interesting games. I have to say, for my least favorite would have to be Angry Birds Rio. I never really got into the Angry Birds Rio franchise, because I don't know why I never got into it. And then after that would have to be the regular Angry Birds. It is good, because even though we can't have the Angry Birds series without the original, but I'm going to skip the favorites. My favorites has to be a split between the Angry Birds Seasons and the Angry Birds Space franchises. Both are very cool. Angry Birds Seasons has a big variety of levels, and the Angry Birds Space has that space feature, as well as all new redesigned birds. And I also forgot to mention that the Seasons also has Piglantis of water theme levels. But when it comes to Angry Birds, the regular ones, let me show you my favorites, least favorite to favorites, starting with the regular birds. The least favorite, I'd say, is the white bird. White bird, I'm sure a lot of people like him, but he just doesn't really work out for me in levels. Mainly because he is a cool bird and stuff like that. And then after that, white bird is number 9. Number 8 has to be the orange bird. I don't have him, so I can't show him. He doesn't really work out for me because he can be a bit weak once you puff him up. He gets bigger than all the other birds, except for the mighty eagle, but he's just weak when he gets all puffed up. So I think the strategy with him is that you gotta puff him up into once he reaches the blocks to create a better impact. And then after that is Bluebird at number 7, another weak bird. He's a bit weak, though he is pretty powerful when you make him split in triplets once he's about to have impact with the structure. And then number 6 has to be Greenbird. Greenbird is a cool bird, but sometimes I don't really like working with his levels, mainly because of it. I gotta flip him back like this, like that. And then number 5 is the Pink Bird. Now I don't have Pink Bird because she's not out yet, and as you know, she's coming out into a toy soon. She is actually a pretty interesting bird because of how she works with bubbles. You get to blow them up and fly them up. Fly up the debris. And then number 4 is Yellowbird. Now this guy is very cool because he really does run through and crush wood structures with ease. Very nice bird. And then number 3, I know I'm going to get a bit of debate for this, but I have to say, for some reason, at number 3, I like the red bird for that position. Yeah. And then number 2 is the big red bird. Now this guy, like he's been labeled before, is a very powerful bird and is very good for crashing through stone and wood and ice. But I'd say the best bird of the original flock, and the number 1, you all know him. You know I haven't mentioned him yet. Here he is, Blackbird. Now this guy is awesome. He can really blast through all kinds of debris. It's awesome. Excuse me. Wow, with the space birds. It's me using all 7 birds. Starting off with the least favorite, Icebird. Icebird, he doesn't really work out for me. He's a pretty weak bird. but don't get me wrong, he does have a very cool design, and I'll get to that later. Number 6 has to be the Space Bluebird. Now, this guy's a bit weak, but I know he does work. He does work very well with Icebird. And then number 5 is Orangebird. Now, I don't have Orangebird because he's not out yet. I don't know when they're going to release him as a toy. For some reason, I like him better in space than in regular. Number 4, Laserbird. This guy is a really cool bird. And I'll get into his design features later. Number 3, same reasons with this regular red. For some reason, I like the space red is number 3. Possibly for similar reasons to the regular red. Number 2 is Terrence, for the same reasons as Big Red. And number 1, as I said before, same reasons with the other number 1, Space Black. Who I like him for the same reasons for the other one. So he also has a very cool thing that they added a little fire thing here. But when it comes to Angry Birds, I have to see the ones of the regular birds that are the best design. I mean, out of all the birds. The Whitebird, which is very interesting. It's actually pretty interesting how the bird lays an egg as a bomb. I will give Whitebird that. And then Orangebird's pretty unique how he puffs up into a balloon, both in regular and space. Especially it's cool how in the space one, how he gets rings around him like a planet. Another cool bird's a cool design. Icebird is a very cool one when it comes to design, because he freezes stuff and he's shaped like an ice cube. You might as well say that he is cool. And another one with a good design has to be the Blackbird, especially because it's kind of shaped like a bomb. With the top feathers being shaped like a bomb and has a body shaped like one too. But I would say that out of all the birds, the one with the coolest design has to be Greenbird, because he's supposed to be a toucan with his big beak, and that big beak helps him make a boomerang type design, which makes him pretty useful for those levels that he is with. Well, the birds, transformation of the regular Angry Birds into the Space Birds, I would say the one with the best change would have to be the transformation of Yellowbird into Laserbird. I mean, you will literally notice many differences between the birds. Like this guy, he transformed from yellow to lavender, got a red cape in some places, as well as a visor thing. And they changed his top feathers and cut off his back feathers. Really interesting change. I like that a lot. So until next time, later YouTube, signing off.